Welcome everyone, this is Dr. Thorne. Get ready for Gnosis. It's about time we start using revolutionary quantum-based systems of empowerment instead of the old technologies which have some minor benefits but now are basically arcane. They're worthless. You need to start empowering yourself using the revolutionary system that Success Tech offers you. After 40 years of research, I have defined things down to what works and what works in modern times. Ancient technologies are limited. We are in a new reality, a brave new world that we need to empower in a particular way. Now, the success system starts with the fact of doing everything at high enthusiastic levels. You must be enthusiastic and be 100% geared into what you're doing. You want to do this for very short periods of time. That's right, that makes it workable in your life and, quite frankly, effective. After a few minutes of doing anything, generally your energetic vital levels are drained. So it's a waste of time doing things for more than 3 to 5 minutes. You want to do things often. It's as simple as that, but of course you need the right technologies to apply all this to. But if you do things at high energetic levels, and you do them for short periods of time, often you are guaranteed success. But again, what exactly do you do? Well, we have developed a very unique system of empowerment that we've been using very successfully for many years. This organization is one of the few that has survived over the years, prospered, and is on the cutting edge of technology today. We have gathered all the greatest manifesting spiritual and consciousness technologies, modern times, and even what you could call futuristic and off-world. We have gathered it all together over these many years and made it into an awesome system of empowerment that anybody can use because it's based on our very simple, straightforward methods of empowerment. There's no long study times, meditations, etc. Well, this is really gone. This is not part of old world thinking. This is part of the same kind of training that people did on ships and in ancient schools. This does not work anymore. Still our schools are teaching methods that are hundreds of years old, and why? They don't really work well, if at all. There are better ways, and better ways to do it in a modern, busy, quick reality that we live in. And while there's always a necessity to do some hardcore reading and using books, well, these are secondary to your process. You need to start using tools immediately. Now, we used to try and get people into using tools kind of towards the end. Well, we find that that doesn't work as well as having them use tools immediately. And you need to be connected to energetic streams of empowerment as well as stimulating the powers that are innate within you that then connect to these. So reading things in books gives you a certain foundation, a better understanding. But what is it all about? I mean, what it's really all about is the fact that the keys to success are pretty simple, and quite frankly, they're very easy to achieve. The reason why people have not achieved these things is plain and simple. They're not using the correct system. And you're not using tools. You're trying to do everything, reading a book, trying to do techniques out of it, which doesn't work. So imagine if you were in school learning how to do most anything. Let's say that you are training to be a chef, and they show you on the chalkboard, you read in a book, well, this is how you make a steak or cook pasta or whatever. And you're seeing pictures of it, and they're talking to you, and they're putting it on the blackboard and discussing it. Well, I mean, that really doesn't help you past a certain very basic level. You need to get out there and start cooking, boiling that water for the pasta, seeing how it reacts and to what temperatures. You need to physically start doing things, and then soon, guess what? You're a master. Book help doesn't work past a certain level. Sure, you need the basics, yes, and that's simple and obtained quickly. That's why we generally offer, particularly in our new books, some short and to the point guides. booklets is what we prefer, discussing the salient points that you need to learn. That is still secondary. How do you learn? Get out there and do it. Do processes, use training tools. When it comes to success tech, you need to have those training tools and start stimulating the energetic levels in your consciousness, which are many. These are dormant, but these are the things that manifest in your life. Your higher self, your inner magical being. If these are not stimulated and put to work for you, nothing happens. And this is one, and you can't intellectualize it. Techniques are the hard way of doing this type of psychic procedure, using this type of direct tool is the hard way. You need to get out there and pump consciousness iron. And that's what it's all about. You need to start developing the energies that are within you by first controlling your mind through centering processes. Look, if you don't have control of your mind to concentrate on things, to perceive and visualize at a high level, it really doesn't matter what you do. And this is the critical foundation. So no matter what tradition you're interested in, whether it's psychic or more ancient and magically based or using advanced consciousness machines, the problem is your mind. Your toxic mind is giving you doubts, moving you into areas that are worthless. Your mind was designed to help you with daily tasks, cooking, cleaning, going to your job, driving a car. They have no value past that. But what's happened in this modern, really horrific lifestyle is that we've turned our entire consciousness over to the toxic mind. And the toxic mind not only is a simplistic little being, it tends to be a very, very toxic. And the fact that it remembers ridiculous things that happened to you when you were a child. It remembers silly songs. It remembers things that really have no value to you whatsoever. Yet when you need to have information of value to either pass a test or even survive in some area, to make proper decisions, the mind lets you down. It's not designed to do that. So you have to be centered. You have to stay in a consciousness state, which you're operating at a very high level. This then kicks your higher self in, your inner magical being, and allows you to make the right decisions. It allows you to concentrate in areas of importance, like empowerment exercises, using tools for high levels of visualization, which is your second step. This is called pumping occult gym energies. You need to get out there and get the mind gym going for you and pump lots and lots of psychic muscle. This stimulates the higher self, the inner magical being, to produce high levels of manifestation. Plain and simple. But this is not learned in books. You've got to use tools. So again, it doesn't matter what tradition you're interested, what techniques you're going to use. If you are not centered, if you have not built mind gym muscles, and I'm talking big muscles, Arnold Schwarzenegger type muscles. You need to be out there and pumping huge amounts of iron daily. Now, here again, it's still the same principle. You do things with high enthusiasm for a few minutes, often. Everybody can do this because it's so simple and yet so effective. You think you have to spend hours meditating or going over information over and over again for long periods of time. This doesn't work. Only a small percentage of people function this way. And I'm not sure they even function that way. The so-called more intelligent book-learning people have a good capacity to remember these things. They're not really studying. I've never known anybody who's studied, who is a, quote, a high performer, your A students, etc. They just got it. And they were just looking at the bigger picture and moving on to higher levels quickly. They weren't studying the same thing over and over again like others who are trying to grasp the situation. So it's really the people who are excelling aren't working in that old paradigm. It doesn't work. If you follow my system, you will reach extremely high levels of success. We've never, ever had a failure. Now, of course, some people do better than others. Well, isn't that what all of life's about? That people do, some do better than others? I mean, everybody can play golf. How many people can play like Tiger Woods? Or anything for that matter. But can anybody play golf? Yes, they can. It's just a matter of the level. When it comes to manifesting, a person who may appear not to have the same intellectual gifts as someone else, who may be a scientist or something else, are able to manifest better generally because they're using higher levels of empowerment that they can access these kind of energies better. So it's up to you. You have to spend the time, the energy to put this in. It's easy, quick, and we have this complete revolutionary, advanced system that you need to apply yourself with. It's very simple. You work with kits. We have basic kits for you. The Everyman's Psychic Development Tool, the basic visualization tools are musts. People spend a lot of time and energy getting a lot of worthless books one after another, and they're not doing anything with them. It's intellectual waste of time. It's pseudo-intellectualism. It is not connected. And this is so true also in all of the psychic sciences. Are you applying it? You're just doing things from a particular book? Well, this isn't good enough. Your higher self, your inner magical being, is instantly bored with on the paper then techniques that you then try and apply in a non-physical environment. The tools are critical. If you're not using these tools, which, by the way, are lifetime investments, you don't do anything just once. If you want to stay physically fit, you don't go to the gym for a week or two. It's a lifestyle. You want to stay fit and eat well? Well, you only eat well this month. Next month, you don't. It's a lifetime practice. I make it simple, easy, and above all, it's lots of fun. I have created all sorts of fun and interesting tools that you'll love to use every day. I use them every day, and I'm not going to make boring stuff that is uninteresting, because your higher self will just reject it. This is a scientific fact. But these are lifetime tools. They're fun. They're interesting. There's many variations you can use by getting these kits, which is a small investment for a momentous payback. When you start manifesting in your life and achieving all the goals you want, well, what is the value of that? Can you put a number on it? Well, not really. It's priceless. You're doing something that you want to do. You're making money where you want to make money. You're enjoying yourself. You're meeting good people. It goes on and on. When you change your life, your dreams come true. But you're not going to do it in the old-fashioned way with these books, many of them who have been written almost 100 years ago, dealing with basically is old physics that have really never worked well to begin with. You need to move into a revolutionary new system using fun, interesting tools and getting yourself into the proper mental condition that you need to. Once you do this, all the doors are open to you, and manifesting, quite frankly, is easy. Of course, you need to understand the areas and the laws of manifestation, but I've never seen anybody that hasn't had major successes using my system. It just doesn't happen. If you apply yourself in these areas, you will manifest in your reality. Plain and simple. So get on the team, start using the revolutionary systems that we offer here, and your life will soar.